that could be almost like that drummer at the end? How he had the courage to say a poem in front of other prisoners.
Yes, me, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, because if I feel like if somebody is gonna say he don't know that, and you know, like try to make fun about it, you know, it makes me just clam right up.
Watching Walt and Dave, who are quiet in the class, suddenly come out of their shell and expound. I've learned a great deal about them and how to reach them. How, when my father came home, this huge cat, if anything else I've experienced, was seeing Walt, who could not read that poem beautifully.
Now, everybody for himself. In the air, now bottom feet down. Since you black, don't stick.
Wasn't worried about mistakes.
Food is gone.
Because I've given him things to read of a question, and he will practically stutter his way through it and be embarrassed. He wasn't embarrassed. Okay, Walt, I'm going to ask you again. What do you learn about the speaker in this poem? She's glad she did not grow up.
Number 2. She experienced prejudice and poverty in Harlem.
Anybody have a different experience out of that?
I used to, you know, wonder why certain things, but I never knew the answer. And it was like, the answers is right falling in my lap through by that poetry I saw, you know. And it helps a lot. It brought me out a whole lot.
The authors, poets, and students you'll meet in the reading programs help you understand some of the concepts you'll be asked about in the GED, like characterization, theme, and plot. There's a program for each kind of reading material that's on the test: nonfiction, fiction, poetry, and drama. So you get a chance to read everything from memoirs to scripts. You even meet a GED student who wrote her own play.
Speaking of writing, isn't that part of the GED test too? Don't you actually have to write an essay at the test center?
Yeah, but you got a chance to get ready. Remember what Dorothy said, it takes practice and perseverance.
And the GED Connection writing programs help you get started. They show you how to approach writing as a process, give you ways to organize your ideas, and help you brush up on your grammar and spelling. You'll get lots of tips on how to improve your writing skills from novelists, journalists, and business writers, as well as teachers and GED students.
Vice presidents of insurance companies, factory workers in Nebraska, blue-collar workers wrote me letters. I've always wanted to write, but I didn't know how. We all have that secret dream.
Words are power. Power is language. And those people who are able to articulate their dreams are people who will see their dreams come true. I really honestly do believe that.
The first step in any writing assignment isn't figuring out what to say. It's recognizing that you have something to say and that writing is a good way to say it.
Everybody has things going on inside their own heads, and I think that everybody is capable of putting those ideas on paper. So I do think that everybody has a writer within them that needs to be freed.
I want to write a book. Started to write a book already. Learning the computer has opened up new possibilities. One of the most exciting that I just found was that I can take college online.
Checking your email?
No, I'm checking out the PBS Literacy Link website. Hey, here's GED.
Oh, I get it. GED Connection.
Yeah. You can practice your writing, and the best thing about it is everything you save will be there for the next time you log on. It's like your own private space online.
With a password, I hope, so nobody else can read it.
Exactly.
All right, then. So how do we sign up?
Here, let me show you. www.pbs.org/literacy.
Well, once you get your computer on and you get access to the World Wide Web, and then you go to Literacy Link's website, you're going to click as a student on the student button. It's going to have some books there, and from there they're going to ask for a password and a user ID. This allows you to always access your own homepage. Once you have your own homepage, anytime that you go into that website, you can always access your own line of work.
Well, actually, my husband was the one who was pushing me to get on the computer. He was saying, you should learn the computer, you should learn the computer. So we went out and got the parts, and my son put it together. I was afraid of it, first of all, because I was afraid I was going to do something that wouldn't work right. I thought the computer will work right, and I kept doing things to it too. And I'd be hollering, Bill, help, every 5 minutes at first.
It's certainly not necessary to have computer skills in place before studying with GED on TV. It's a wonderful asset to have that. In Dorothy's case, she definitely used that to her advantage. She would email our office back and forth with various questions.
The Literacy Link website has practice test and learning activities. And while you're online, you can check out other sites that have more information about the topics in the programs. For example, take any of the subject areas that make up social studies.
Hey, that's my subject.
Okay.
Okay. There's world history, U.S. history, economics, civics, geography.
Well, there are literally thousands of places online where you can learn more after you watch the programs. Surely you didn't tell the whole history of the world in one half-hour show.
Well, I tried, but I had to leave out a few things. But think of it this way. The programs introduce the important concepts, major events and ideas. They're a good place to start. And then you can go to the workbook and the website to get more information about anything from the Constitution to maps. Where am I? Almost any kind of information that has a relationship to place, from groundwater flow in the Everglades to climate zones or economic activity, can be shown on a map. Maps are one of the most important tools of geography, and you're sure to find some on the GED Social Studies test. So be sure to get familiar with how to read and use them.
Well, maps are symbolized information. They are full of information, and they're consciously created to convey some kind of information.
There's an endless number of maps, but we conveniently organize them into two types or two groups. One type of map are the topographic maps. Topographic maps are maps that show actual surface features, road alignments, land covers, buildings, water features. The features of topographic map are features that if you were to go to that place, you would actually physically see in the landscape. The second broad type are what we refer to as thematic maps. Thematic maps really organize spatial information around geographic themes, hence the term thematic maps. And there's really no end to the types of thematic maps that are possible. You know, everything ranging from migration flows across the United States historically to corn production.
Wait, here, let me.
One of the best things about GED Connection is it's easy to use and flexible. You can find a way to fit it into your schedule that works for you. Most stations will broadcast the programs at a variety of times. You can even videotape them if you want. With GED Connection, you're in the driver's seat.
Here, Pierce.
With a map.
When I was stuck on something and I needed some help, I just simply called the number that was provided and received the help that I needed.
There are many ways for adult learners to make the series work for them. When they place a call to our hotline, we encourage them to take a look at the series and, if possible, to tape it. That way the learner can fit it into their schedule.
With the program, I would replay the tape, and I replayed the tape, and I replayed the tape, and I replayed the tape to get the understanding that I needed.
Hey, the rock cycle. The rock cycle.